Hi friends and family, welcome back. I hope you are doing very well today. Norm says hello. He's still recuperating. Had another doctor appointment this morning. He's been fighting a little bit of an infection in his incisions, so he's not been very happy about that. It's been since March 25th. Yep, a long time. So I just wanted to let you know how he's doing. He says thank you so much for all of your prayers all this time. You're all very wonderful to be doing that for him. I appreciate it too. I wanted to do another spring kitchen and dining area video because I really enjoy the fun springy colors and the fact that it is a wonderful time of year to celebrate. I hope we don't see any more snow, but we did again just the other day. It came back again. I woke up in the morning and there was the whole backyard was all white. Yep, it looked like probably February. I can't even say it looked like March because it was pretty white out there. Yeah, that was a shocker. But it's finally going to be warmer this week, and we're finally getting rain instead of snow. So I'm very happy about that too. I hope you have good weather where you are. I wanted to try something different out here. I really have been having fun this month putzing around with this wall over here. I really got a little tired of all of the milk glass. You can see there's a tiny little mirror up there that's reflecting probably this light. Yep. But I swapped out a white clock exactly like the second one from the left that is a battery clock actually running. The one on the far left is a vintage clock, so I don't have that running. And I don't have the fun vintage one, more mod square one in black with white numbers. I don't have that running. Or the one that's white with black letters to the far right. That was from my brother. I just really wanted to mix it up a little bit and mix in some black things on the wall. And I also wanted to try using some greenery on the wall. This time, I think I'll like it for quite a while to, put some other things up that, like the black wire framed plate over there, that's a bird plate. We'll look at that up close, of course. But I also decided it would be fun. I haven't brought out the milk glass hens on a basket. I also have a cat one over there and a duck one and a swan one. I don't have that many hen ones, but I do have a variety of sizes down there too. So I had fun doing that, trying to keep a lot of white there with the very colorful glasses, vintage tumblers that I just love. Had fun picking them out two at a time in mostly Red Wing, Minnesota at the Pottery place, antique mall. And I love my bird mugs down there, so I thought if I use this little tiny luncheon cloth, it would be plenty of color. I do not know if I've ever shown this one to you before. It took me quite a while to iron it. Somebody gave me a hard time last time because I was too tired to iron the tablecloths. I really was. I was just too tired. I had February and March where I just didn't feel any energy. I don't know why, but I hope I get better now that there'll be less snow to look at and more sun to look at maybe, and some flowers starting to grow. I know that cheers a lot of us up. Maybe it'll work on me too. But this was very fun because it looks like a counted cross stitch, or just plain call it cross stitch. What would you call that? More of an embroidery. Yeah, I'm not real up on the fancy needlework. I know crochet and knitting, how to tell the difference pretty much between those things. But anyways, I thought that this fun splatter vase or pencil holder, I've used it on the desk for that, but I thought it would be very fun because it does have red and green on top of a very golden base. And of course the flowers have pink and orange and yellow and even a purplish color in there, but they blended well with these flowers. These are a little bit on the pinky red, as you can tell by our chairs that are a pinky red. Yeah, so I also thought it would be very fun to share with you again. I found this adorable, I'm going to call him a pixie. Some people would say a gnome. And so I thought I would kind of balance him out with the little bird figurine, Japan bird figurine. But this was probably a hobbyist piece. And he was so cheap, like 50 cents maybe at the Shalom thrift store in Cambridge, Minnesota, where we found so many fun and inexpensive Christmas items. I think that's when I did pick him up. They had him in near the candle section. Yeah, I think he was pretty cute. So I do not believe I've shared him with you yet, but he did go very nicely with this cloth. Yeah, it was a bear to iron this. I actually attempted twice and still hard to get some of those out. I had my iron on the highest setting and I sprayed and sprayed it to get it wet on those crazy ironed in seams here and there. It's in pretty good condition. It's quite small, as you can tell. Just barely makes it to the end of the table. So I hope you think that's a very fun look. I just wanted to do something more for April. I changed a few pieces down here. I put this large candy dish or sugar bowl. I'm not sure what it would be. I found it for $5 at Big Dog's thrift and antique shop that's probably gone out of business by now in Lafayette, Minnesota, down near where my sister lives in south central Minnesota. I couldn't believe that was only $5. Beautiful piece. And I did have it in a video too. I did bring up the large candy dish and the butter dish and a different candy dish inside that bowl because I must have taken something out. And I brought one of my tall swung vases by Fenton. It is a footed one, or has a pedestal. So I did add some more things down there and thought it would be very fun to put some of these same springy colors of Pyrex over here. I just purchased a second Fenton cruet over there. I had the other one probably this winter. I had found one of them, and then I found a second one just a week ago, so I was kind of surprised. They're good sized cruets. So in here, I should open the doors for you first. We'll just look at this side briefly. I added the swans. I really don't know what size that swan would be used for, because this is the individual salt, which is quite small. So I'm not really sure what they used these bigger ones for, but I do have 2 of those and 2 of the salt cellars, on one on each side, and same with the hobnail toothpick holder. I did not have 2 of these baskets that I know of. I don't think I do, but I did have this one, which is really cute. So I did just put a little bit of a whiter flower in both of those and just kept it simple with a fern down below, because I was really not trying to cover up the white so much. I wanted more of a white look out here because of these brightly colored tumblers. I do have every other one upside down. That's the only way I could fit that many across on there, that shelf. Otherwise, if I was going to have them all standing upright, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only. But I thought it would be very fun to show you. I just found, I think it was her, yeah. I had him last year. I don't know that I showed him to you. They are both planters, but I decided to not put more flowers or greenery in them. Just wanted you to see them the way they are. And this last month, or it could be early this month, I found her. Yeah, I just couldn't believe how cute she was. I'm not remembering where I found her. It's funny that she's a little bit taller than he is. That's pretty funny. But I'm sure they're just Japan pieces. They just have a number. I don't know, maybe she does have something on the bottom of her. I can check and see. No, just a number again. But they probably are, right? Just nice quality Japan, but I just love, I don't know. I think animals that are dressed up are so cute. And you know, if I had done Easter videos, I would have had a lot of these things in the Easter video probably. But you realize how many eggs I would have everywhere. Little hens and chicks, and of course there would have been way too many bunny rabbits everywhere. So that's why I'm hoping you don't feel that I'm doing an Easter video here, because there are no eggs laying around. I don't think I have any bunnies out either, so I hope you'll accept this as a fun, colorful spring video. So I wanted to add a couple of the pots again with some little yellow flowers. I am sort of emphasizing yellow, and this long vintage candle sconce was way over in the corner against the door for many years. I suddenly got the idea to incorporate it over here. That's actually where our clock was hanging, on that nail way up there. So there was a nail there. I just used that, and of course it ends up pretty low here. So I would not be putting real tall things in front of that necessarily. But I just love that clock. I think it is so sweet. It's just plastic and fun to dust, of course. But I think it's really cool. I just love it. So I was shifting around a lot of these plates, and I was going through my stash of little milk glass plates in the basement on some shelving where I have them. and I kind of forgot I had 3 milk glass plates that have flowers on them. That one over there is a bigger plate, a little bit bigger plate. And I've always had that little woodpecker one up over there. So yes, I was moving things around for quite a while. I did move this down from, it was up higher and to the right. I don't have the owl one like it up right now, but I like the kitty one, so I did put that over there because it happened to fit, and there happened to be a nail that little mirror fit on. I thrifted it was a couple months ago at least, 2 mirrors like this. There was a third one, but it was rectangular. I picked up a smaller square one and this tiny round one. I mean, it is really tiny. That is one of my smallest plates. That crazy dog, shaggy dog. So you can see that's not a very big mirror. And I did not find room for the small square one out here just yet. I may do that. I think they're so elaborate. Yeah, they were from a Goodwill, not in our town, but a different one. And they're just in beautiful condition. It was a whole set, but I just chose not to spend any more money and get the rectangular one. I liked the 2 small ones. So I've had that for a really long time. And actually where this cat is hanging, possibly cat plate, I'm not sure, but I did have a flower shelf hanging about here at this level. It was across from this. This is hanging lower. I had to move that hook down. So what I did was I changed out a bigger flower one like this that was over here and higher, and I went a little lower with the diamond shaped one. There was, I believe there was a nail hole there. I can't be positive, but I think so. So this is a medium size hen on a basket. And over here I decided to use one of my larger swung vases that's hobnail. Now this rooster, Norm spray painted it for me a couple years ago. Yeah, it was very, very detailed colors, and it was flat finish, and I just didn't care for it. It just was boring to me. I wanted something modern, so we have used Rust-Oleum 2X, I believe. Usually that's what all we buy, but I believe this one was called Appliance White. If not, then he may have sprayed it the regular gloss one. He may have even finished it with a clear gloss coat. That's how you can get such a high shine to make it look like, you know, original ceramic. Yeah, so he did a good job. It probably was from my brother. And there's another pair way over to my right that he spray painted also, that a much smaller pair. So on this shelf, I didn't have enough little hens. Those 2 are different. I don't know if the same company made both of them, but you can see this one looks like she's sitting on some a few eggs maybe there peeking out, at least 1 or 2. I see 1 for sure is an egg. Yes, I confess I did paint the red and the yellow on my hens, because some of them, when I bought them, they were painted and some were not. And I didn't do anything with the duck, and I didn't obviously do anything with the cat, but I did with any of the hens. I did not tackle that one. It would be hard. I just thought maybe I should leave that one. That's, I don't know how you pronounce it. Is it quinoa? I just don't know how you pronounce that. But that's who made that big one. And this is a good size one. So I kept this compote here and decided just to try something different. Instead of putting fruit in it or grapes, some of the grape clusters, I could have done that. I decided, I'm just gonna stick with the theme of putting more plant life out here for a change. I normally am not quite so into plant life on this wall. I just pretty much stick with the glass or ceramics. So here's the kitty I got a long time ago. And this, I've rarely seen the duck. And I rarely see the swan, because they are small. So I am grateful to have found those a couple years ago. And these are really tiny. It is the same, pretty much the same design. Yep, you can tell by the baskets. So if you turn them facing each other, this one is looking a little more inward, of course. I've had this cute little Hong Kong potted daffodils with a cute little butterfly sticking out for many years. So this shelf was here. I decided to bring up one of the hobnail baskets. I like this one with feet on it and the pinched handles. It is a newer purchase for me last year, because I was, collecting all of this milk glass way back 2018, 2017, could be even earlier than that. I love the hand-painted little woodpecker, and this is a very pretty plate. Mod clock. You couldn't see from way over that it actually does have a very nice block pattern, almost like a kitchen tile look. I really like it, and I've had this for many years. It was in the western bedroom that Norm took over and got me to take out all of my feminine little plates that had these wire frames on them. I have another, do I have another large? Yes, I have another larger one that is flowers, it's roses, and two small ones that are roses also. They're tiny. But I've hung on to them. Don't ask me where I would ever find to use them. I'm kind of surprised that, I got to dig through drawers in order to see some of this stuff and go, oh, wow, I could use that. I could totally use that for spring video out here. I'll feel bad when it gets to be fall. It's not so fall looking, and I'll have to take it down and put something else up that would most likely end up being just replacing it with another milk glass plate again. So these were a pair that were also all hand painted. I'm guessing hand painted. They're Japan, and they were also flat finish. I know you can, if you find something like that, of course you can spray paint it with the gloss, Rust-Oleum clear gloss finish, And that would maybe update them for you, or pick any color you want. Yeah, I think that would be fun. So this is where the long white candle sconce was, over here for a long time. I used to just put a vase on it over here, but this is a letter holder that I found last year, and I think it's really fun, so I just put some more greenery in it for now. Isn't this a really neat stained glass? Very springy, lots of color there that I thought would work with the tablecloth. It's called Free TV Art, and they're always in a beautiful picture frame. And I have shared those with you before. I always have fun trying to pick out something. I could not find any chickens or hens at all in his artwork offers. Yeah, so I had to go with these, or something quieter like field flowers. That was pretty too. Over here on this little shelf, I actually found a second one of these adorable hens. I think it might have been this winter, but I had one for many years. I think I only paid like $6 for it or less. It was so sweet. I couldn't believe it, from a very small little shop that I cannot even remember where it was. But I figured it was a California piece. I don't recall actually what's on the bottom of it. I didn't think to look. But it does have a sweet little black feathered tail. And when I saw the second one, it was still pretty reasonable this past winter. I thought, oh, probably should be calling it a rooster, but I am very happy now to have two of them. And for this particular video, I decided to pair them up on this little shelf with this Royal Copley sweet chick planter. I didn't put anything in her. Well, yeah, again, I don't know if you want to call that a rooster too, because of the crown. Nah, I'd probably call that a hen. Yeah, it's really cute. Love the polka dots, and I have shown it several times. Bought it at Wyoming, Minnesota Family Pathways. Down here, I have shared this before. I thrifted this too at the Goodwill. Oh man, was it at least 3 years ago, I bet. Very, very reasonable. So I always have fun putting those crazy fuzzy flowers in them. And this little tiny swan planter is a little different because it has brown highlights on the chest and the wings. Yeah, so it is a little bit different, but it certainly did go fun with that cookbook. So I'm doing the kitchen countertop here. From this side, we left on a little long weekend trip up to Duluth, so we had a lot of fun going to the antique malls, and we took a lot of video, so you will get to see that eventually. It's going to take me some time to sort through all of those video clips because Norm was doing some too. So that was exciting, and one of the first things, actually I think it was the very first thing I picked out, was this little runner here. It's very heavy. It feels almost like canvas. It's so heavy. It is hand painted, it says, and washable. I haven't washed it yet. It looked very, very clean. It looked like it hadn't even been used, but I was thinking that I was emphasizing yellow, so I would try to continue that out here in the kitchen. Do my best to find some yellow things that we have. Not a lot, really. These mugs, many years ago, too, I found that whole set. They are quite muted, but I thought they were very nice and soft colors. Even the black in it is really neat how it happened to go with this runner. Very soft colors, just perfect actually for that runner. Yeah, so I have shared this crazy sunflower lucite napkin holder with you before. It was a very late purchase compared to all the other lucite napkin holders that we collected many, many years ago, way before I was ever doing videos. So that was a much newer find, maybe 5 years ago. And this I just found last weekend. We went to Buffalo, Minnesota. Let's see, where were we? No, we went to Howard Lake first. And we didn't know it. It was a Saturday, but it was really fun that they were having a sale, a special, very special day. They had the most wonderful treats for everyone that we enjoyed. So every booth practically was 20% off. Very surprising. So this is Royal Hager. I purchased at this particular darling shop in Howard Lake, Minnesota. It's called the Vintage Exchange. Very nice, very, very nice owners there and vendors. It was a lot of fun. I love this, and I can't remember. I had been eyeing her for quite a long time. Yeah, I just thought she was so cute. It's the colors, I think, and the gold and the really beautiful flowing wings that attracted me. Not so much the scarf idea, but it's just really cute. So I think it turned out fun with the yellow and green things that I had. We were gone for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So today is Saturday, and I finally got the kitchen done at, look at that, it's almost 5 o'clock again, time for dinner. So this is what I came up with, that I know it's in sweet Easter colors, but I did something different than I've done before for Easter videos. I'll tell you about that when we get over there. I decided to bring this sweet Holly Hobby type girl, lucite, spoon rest, or wall plaque over here. What was really fun was working with the washi tape again. I didn't know for sure if I wanted to do some solid colors in turquoise and green and yellow. Pretty much. What I did was try to, well, even a pink one was a possibility. But I did work with Norm, and we put up, like this one was actually turquoise. It's underneath the green. I think they were calling this particular batch of washi tape rolls that I bought, they were calling it eucalyptus. So that's what they're saying, because you can see up here, this is round leaves. Now the very top row up there, I left from St. Patty's Day. That's what this one looked like. And that is the color, the background color was green like that. But all of the new rolls that I bought to try to stick with the idea of having just some light green little foliage prints. They were kind of thin, So this particular one down here was just the way it came. Actually, this is the only one that had a pale green background, but look what it did to the two shelves on each side here, where we put yellow washi tape down first and then put the green over it. It's just a very pale yellow background. And this bottom one, well, it's not actually the very bottom one. That is what they would have looked like on the very bottom shelf here. I did not put any other color. So these are different patterns. This is over the turquoise. So it gave it just a slight tone to go with all of these pieces that do have a little bit of bluish turquoisey color in them. So that's how that one turned out. And that one up there is on a yellow strip. So when you back up and look at it all, I will show you that it did just really help, I think, give some interest with greenery, but just give a slight color to blend with some of those pieces that I tried to keep orange out. I did not put out any Pyrex or glassware that had orange on it. I tried to stick with pink, turquoise, yellow, and green. But as you can tell, some of these planters did have brown on them. I love them. There's just little touches on some of them, like that cow and this cute cow. I just purchased this in the Duluth area. It was so cute. Tiny little one. So that's the newest edition. Did I find any others up there? Yes, I did. Where is the other one? Maybe not. Yeah, not in these planters. But see, his barrel was brown, and that one has a little bit of brown on it. Touch on it there. So that was something I couldn't really control much. And my poodle, I decided to incorporate 3 of my poodle planters, which are normally upstairs in my bathroom on a shelf. I thought it would be fun to add them because they were the right colors. So what I was really having a ball doing, because these were planters, in previous years when I did Easter videos with them, or a spring video I may call it, my very first video that I ever did for our channel was out here in the kitchen. I may have done that video in April. And I had little tiny old plastic flowers, like what's in the duck up there with the bonnet on it. So all of them had flowers in them, but it's really funny. I wasn't even thinking about it. But last week I went in the Goodwill for a little bit, and they had bagged up small succulents of a real variety in like 4 or more bags. And I only purchased 2 of the bags. I wasn't real crazy about what was in the other 2, but look at what was in them. Even that size. In that one, and this is similar too. Not that one in the back there, but this one was in there in one of the bags. And there's another one of those. So all of these, that one too, not the flowers, but that one was in one of them. I was trying to pick out the bags that had the fun spikier things in them, but there was a couple of these really thick ones that are kind of fuzzy looking, and that one was in there, and those two were in there. So were these. So I was really having fun, even that one down there. So I confess, I said there's probably no bunnies out around here, but I can see I have two. This big bunny here that looks like Thumper type, but that succulent was in there. So Norm was watching me do all this, and he said, "That looks good. I like that better than all flowers." Yeah, they were just right, and I didn't even have it on my mind. So I hope you like how the shelves turned out. The bottom two are quite pale. If I had the time, I would have maybe thought of something to put underneath that one. It's pretty white, compared to the others. So I do have 4 glasses on each side. Found those a couple years ago now, and I just really love them. They're so springy. I probably could put a light on. Oh, wow. What a difference. It's hard for me to know, like I always say, whether I should be trying to film with the light on or not. I have a picture on each side that it is pink, white, and turquoise. 2 different designs. So I didn't put a lot of pink out here. There's the other bunny that's kind of Eastery looking because of the colors. That is a newly thrifted last summer. Beautiful little lamb. And I have one just like it, only in way different colors. No gold on it on that side. And I found this little USA Pottery basket too at a thrift store. It was so cheap. I could not believe it. It was like under $1, I think. I just was shocked because it was vintage, that they didn't charge more for it, but it's a really, really inexpensive little church thrift store. So I am thrilled to have found that sweet little duck. And this is my newest. Before that sweet little duck, this was my newest purchase. Does have black on it with that wheel, so that does kind of stand out. Black is something that's kind of hard to work with when you're working with pastels. I don't see anything else that has too much black on it. Oh, his hat. That pig's hat. Yeah. So let me go up further here and we'll look at some of the glassware. This time I decided to take some odd little sweet spring flowered or cute pastel type patterns in our vintage juice glasses and just put one in between. I have quite a set of those, but I just didn't have enough of these little odd ones. You may recall I have displayed them before in previous years on that black 3-tiered shelf on the dining room wall when I put all vintage glasses there. So I have 2 of those, just one of those. Often found these odd ones in Red Wing again at the Pottery place. So 2 daffodil ones, and there's one that matches the picture down below that I just showed you. It's the only one I got that matches that picture. And another one of those that I have a good size set of. They were all like, how much was that? 50 cents each. A whole big batch of them at a thrift store quite a few years ago. wow, was I thrilled. And that matches the one on the other end, so I have two of those. This was thrifted. It is the weirdest colored. I don't think that's Pyrex. No, I just don't. It's probably Federal because it's shaped like this bowl, which is Federal. Kind of a dark olive, isn't it? So these are the ice-lip pictures that I decided to take out, and I tried to, like I say, not use any orange ones. So I had enough of floral. That's what I was hoping, to just have flower ones. I think they're so sweet. I should have Norm doing this for me again. So I'm holding it with one hand. I'm sorry to not be super steady. That one is not floral, but it's a nice soft minty green. That was probably one of our newer ones. And that is also just ferns. Yeah. So down here, I've had this for many years. It really was more of a blue turquoise, and it's actually turning out in the film. I can see more the color that it should be. But you know how some plastic things can get yellowed from fluorescent lighting? Well, it had already when I purchased it quite a few years back. And I have shared it before with you. So you probably can tell, it looks like, sorry about my light there, it looks like the outside of the pocket has been, more exposed to the light changing it than what the inside looks like, but it still goes with everything. This is just some springy pot holders that I've probably had very similar design on the fridge last year. I should take my light off. Probably darker, but yeah, so I didn't have a whole lot left over after I did the cupboards. Just a variety of, they are Eastery colors, but that's what I used them for last year. I decided to put an old white radio up there that my brother gave me several years ago. It's really a cool one. Over here I don't have very much, but I may have brought those out for Easter. I don't know, but they were from Elk River, Minnesota. A couple years ago. They're so cute. Norm spotted them in their front display window. So he called me over and said, "Wow, what do you think of these? Aren't they fun?" I think they're egg heads. I'm guessing. I don't know for sure, but that's what they tend to remind you of. I don't know. Pretty cute though. And those are the recipe boxes that I decided to use today. And I have shared this fun tea kettle that I found at the Goodwill several years back. I love it. It's probably Miro, do you think? Yep, it's Miro. The finest aluminum made in USA. And it does whistle. I tried it. Now, these were from a year ago. I've never gotten around to show them to you. Aren't they cute? Yeah, they are sweet. They were from Amore Antiques in downtown Anoka. Yeah, that was a crazy splurge. They weren't bad at all, really, but no chips. I think they're really cute. I have shared this before. I think I thrifted that. Yeah, I think I found that at a thrift store. And I don't even know if it's marked on the bottom. I should check that out. So up here, I thought it would be fun to bring out those crazy lucite plaques that I have shared before and find some of the tins that would go with these three. I shared this one probably last year, if I did a rooster one last year, and I don't recall if I did or not. A rooster themed kitchen and dining room. And I did share that before too. That's just a single little owl, salt or pepper. Unfortunately, the other one was not available. But I did find this, and I think it was thrifted. I was happy because I knew I had her. She's a lot smaller, but it's a creamer. This is just a planter. So that's what I did for over there. I do have the bright light on up above to light up the stove here. And I didn't change out the newly found plastic pitcher. That one did not come with the top on it, but I forgot to show you over there on the wall where the Pyrex is down below. I'll have to go back and show you the one that we brought home from Duluth. So cute. And it will be in a video because we were trying to video everything that we were purchasing as best we could. So this I shared before. I found them all at the thrift store, the whole pile, and just found this tray, and I did show it to you in a thrift haul maybe, but I did explain in the video. I showed the label on the back. Yeah, so I don't know what the age is, but it sure is sweet. It's melamine. Very nice. I really like it. I thought it would be great for an Easter video, but I didn't do an Easter video. So I just tried to put a little plant life around here because it's been pretty gray outside. These are the pot holders. Over here, that one is really sweet. So I have enjoyed looking at these sweet McCoy in pink and green, yellow, turquoise, and pink again. I just love those pots. Some of mine have gotten broken because I started collecting them and I actually was displaying them outside. I wasn't putting plants in them. I didn't want to get them all dirty, but they got dirty anyways. So I wash them up as best as I can when I bring them in. I get them scrubbed pretty good, but then I even run them through the dishwasher, and boy, they just come out beautifully clean. So I've kept them indoors now, but it's been fun for me to look at these sweet little grassy plants. That is a hotter pink. Norm said, that's a fun look. So over here, I did decide just to take out from under the sink here. I had a vintage soap dish. Lustroware. There's no marks on it. But it was in the package. Of course, it doesn't do me any good still being in the package, but it's pretty cute. And I thought, well, that's yellow. I'll take that out. So this is what Norm got for me. He said, I'm saying that because he said, oh, I think you should get it. At Duluth Antique Marketplace. We've got a lot of film from there. Lots of fun retro stuff there. But this is really tiny. It's smaller than any of them up there on the shelf. So I thought that would be fun to show you now. And this glass set I have shared before in the hutch, 4 on each side of the top glass shelves. But it's very cute too when you put it in one of the holders. And my little teeny tiny little splatter glaze owl. It could be considered a little vase, but it's probably meant to be a toothpick holder. So back over here is the mugs again, the coffee pot, and that I've shared before for March. And that will be it over here. Oh, yeah, the nice creamer and sugar. I just found those too. I think they were from the thrift store because I wouldn't typically buy more creamers and sugars. I've got a lot of them. I love them. But I probably found those at a thrift store. And for the price, I just couldn't, leave them behind. They're just, I think, a decent investment when you get them so reasonable. Yeah, I don't think I bought those from an antique store. They're just a nice size if you want to entertain with them. So I forgot I did show you the bunny planter from a long time ago, but this is the really sweet daffodil Aladdin little plastic beverage server that we found when we first walked into Father Time Antiques in Duluth, Minnesota. So it was $8, I think. I don't think it was $8.50. I think it was $8 even, but beautiful condition. So I was very happy that came with the lid. Absolutely adorable. So I hope you enjoyed seeing how much fun I had with some springy colors, pastels, and having so much fun putting the little succulents that I just thrifted, the bag with quite a few of them in it. I think the bag was $4.99 each bag, quite a few pieces in there, but I had my discount. It was last Wednesday, yeah. So Norm said, well, that was well worth it. He thought. I did too. So I hope you are going to have a very blessed week and stay safe. We pray for those who have had tornado damage. It's so sad to see when that happens to people. We just can't imagine what that's like, but we hope that they will be helped in every way they need right away. And we will surely remember those people in our prayers. And you too. God bless you all for being so good to us. We love you lots, and we love your comments. Thank you. Thank you for being in touch. Bye for now.